Costumes and candy, part of what make Halloween fun. And while it's important to let loose and have a good time when you're trick-or-treating, it's also important to keep kids' safety a top priority.
Police in the south suburbs are warning parents about potentially drug-contaminated gummy bears they say were handed out to trick-or-treaters.
The aroma, I mean, immediately, once we had the package, you could smell the marijuana. And when we unzipped one, it was really, really prominent.
It smelled good.
New at 5:30, a piece of candy was anything but a treat for a trick-or-treater in Andover. Someone swapped out Smarties with migraine pills. Migraine pill. Migraine pills.
Joanne Turner posting this picture on Facebook showing a pink pill inside her daughter's Halloween candy.
Migraine
And it's not just in New York. Police in Pennsylvania say someone's putting needles inside candy.
We all checked our Twix and our Skittles and our sneakers, but we didn't find any.
She'd just given her kids the thumbs up when her 13-year-old spotted the Excedrin migraine pill inside the candy wrapper.
How can anybody do anything like that? That's just unbelievable.
There were 4 kids involved. They're not all related, 2 separate families.
We just need to watch these kids as parents. We just need to be a little cautious.
By Sunday afternoon, another child came forward to report he found a needle in his Snickers bar. Police tell Eyewitness News they investigate all complaints as legitimate until proven otherwise.
There were 4 kids involved.
I'm telling you this right now, you're going to take this as a lesson at 11 years old that if you do something stupid in the future, you're going to enjoy those cuffs.
Tonight, products from cake pops to candy containing a chemical called Delta 8 are sold legally here in Florida without a prescription with the goal of getting people high.
It's candy with drugs in it.
The packages may look like Skittles, Nerds, or gummy bears, but if kids eat these, they're in for a lot more than a sugar high. Commissioners passed around packages of medicated candy.
There was absolutely no doubt that if my grandson walked into a store and saw that, he would not know the difference. And that's okay.
So a Southeast Side family is now issuing a warning for anyone who has Halloween candy just lying around. They claim a nail was stuffed inside one of their child's sweets, and they believe someone put it there intentionally.
One family, a fun night trick-or-treating here in the Far Hill Downs neighborhood turned into a real Halloween scare. Reyes Short still has the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, a Halloween treat he says came filled with more than peanut butter and chocolate. They found a nail inside the peanut butter cup. Trick-or-treating may be a thing of the past.
Should Christians and can Christians celebrate Halloween?
In terms of how Christians think about how and even if they should participate in Halloween, first and foremost, they need to avoid anything that smacks of that which would be demonic.
Well, should Christians celebrate Halloween? Former Satanist, who is now a pastor, says no.
Little boy, 8 years old, demon church. Learned being trained by high-ranked devil worshipers, warlock, and spiritual witches, training me to know how to take over territory, demonic contract, different demon territory, demons, principalities, first, second heaven. I was being trained all the way to the age of 35, sold my soul to the devil, got married in Halloween, had a demonic wedding in Halloween. I baptized my daughter to the dark side at the age of 11. So that was my whole entire life. I mean, I breathed, ate, and slept witchcraft. Astral projecting. I will astral project over a region, leave my body, astral project, curse the region, because if I can curse the region, I can capture the people.
Well, so it's just fun, candy, kids are having costumes on.
The candy, you know, I never shared this before, but this candy, people from different walks of life pray over these candies. Witchcraft, they pray over the candies. You knock on people's door, you don't know the person that you knock on door, she's a witch. Okay, you don't know she's a witch, she's doing Wicca, she's practicing New Age, and you knock on her door and you come in legal rights of this witch or this wall, or this person's practicing this stuff, giving you this kind of candy. Now you're taking that stuff home, you put that stuff into your body. So why would you bring that kind of curse into your house and curse your family from 3 to 4 generations? So when your kids is 5 and you think it's cool, you dress them up, once you put a costume on someone, once you put this costume on Halloween, the birthright of Halloween, you're changing your kid's identity. The purpose of the destiny has been canceled unless you renounce it and bring it back.
If we want to be first in God's kingdom, we need to make ourselves last. We need to be the servant of all and not seek to glorify ourselves. So eat your Halloween candy however you want.
A troubling trick-or-treat. After taking her children out for a Halloween celebration, a mother found drugs in their candy collection.
Stasia Lenski used Facebook to organize and publicize the event, which involved nearly 40 people handing out candy from their decorated cars. But one mother discovered more than candy in her child's trick-or-treat bag.
It's a handful of pills, and from what I've been told, that's an expensive amount of medication.
Migraine. Simi Valley police say when a parent inspected her child's candy at home, she found a Ziploc bag with 4 oxycodone and 1 Xanax pill inside.
If someone was trying to target kids, why is it only one kid, and why was it not in a wrapper or hidden in some way? It truly does. I mean, you know, I put ibuprofen in a Ziploc bag in my pocket when I go out. So it's like, for that to fall out, that's not uncommon.
And despite what happened, Lenski says she would host the event again.
When you were a young boy, you were being trained.
I was being trained
to be a witch.
The organization that my family belonged to was a very secret organization, and everything was done by blood oath. Now this is going way back, and I was chosen to be the son of Shiva.
Isn't that the coolest thing you've ever seen? Isn't that so cool? Look at how cool that is. Wait, do you know what that is? Do you know what it is?
Paper.
It's like a paper. It's a candy cane wrapper.
Let me go trick-or-treating.
Well, why wouldn't you want to go? I mean, there's candy and costumes and candy and more candy.
I like candy. Halloween is bad. It's about demons and ghosts and scary stuff.
Ah, Sally, that's just pretend stuff.
Sally's right.
What?
Okay, well,
Yeah.
she's kind of right. Sally's kind of right.
Well, a little.
Halloween began many, many, many years ago with some ancient peoples, the Celtic people of Europe, who celebrated a harvest festival in the fall. And these people were not Christian.
Jesus is sweeter than candy. His love is bigger than the Milky Way. He's my real life saver in life's hour passions. He saves the day. You heal me when I'm broken like a Kit Kat. Break me up a piece.
We talked with a local pediatrician about how to celebrate Halloween safely, and it all starts with the candy.
So with candy, you do need to inspect the candy when you get home. So I do recommend having the parents inspect the candy at home, not having the children eating the candy. Make sure that they're not eating treats, and be sure to take their EpiPen with them if they're going to be going trick-or-treating.
Take a close look at that bucket, because not all candy may be as it seems.
Throughout the country, fentanyl being transported by traffickers in candy boxes.
Earlier this week, Pewaukee Pueblo Tribal Police seizing rainbow fentanyl during a traffic stop. You can see it looks just like candy. State Police says let this deter you from enjoying the spooky holiday with your kids.
Make sure your kids don't eat their candy.
Tip number 2, stay out of the streets.
Some kids here take their life in their hands if they go trick-or-treating after dark.
We want from 5 to 10 years old to be at home, off the street.
Police in Waterbury, Connecticut have arrested a man after trick-or-treaters reported finding razor blades in their candy bags. 37-year-old Jason Raz is facing several charges. Police say children discovered razor blades in their candy containers. Raz told police the blades accidentally spilled into the candy bowls.
It's like, for that to fall out, that's not uncommon. If someone was trying to target kids, why is it only one kid, and why was it not in a wrapper or hidden in some way?
Yes, Stephen, the idea that someone would put a razor blade in candy targeting children is so unusual, so bizarre, it might sound like an urban myth, but right now police are investigating 3 cases. The Halloween nightmare basically is
It's true.
Now, in 2 of the 3 cases, the razor blades were found in Reese's candy just like this one. So kids are still getting into this candy out here. Parents, you definitely want to check that again.
Actually, we learned today that the man who's accused of putting the razor blades in the kids' candy bags said that it might have been his 3-year-old son who accidentally put the blades in the bowl used to hold the candy that was passed out. His answers for why and how these razor blades could have ended up in there didn't make a lot of sense.
I'm angry. I'm really, really angry.
That's Christy Barbera, who spoke with Fox 61's Dave Puglisi last night and says this incident just proves you can't trust anybody these days.
And keep in mind, sunset is around 6 p.m. Monday, Halloween. Be especially careful on the roads. Trick-or-treaters will be out and about. Don't want to hurt any of those little sweet peanuts walking around, those kiddos
so
and those,
cute,
yeah,
right?
Hello there, citizen. Thanks for tuning in. Now, I've got some bad news for you out there. This is a bust. That's right. You've just tuned in to a television program called How to Poison Candy. Well, where I come from, that's called probable cause. You're here with Officer Donald Peppermint from the SDPD, and we know that you have nefarious plans. Now, I don't know what would compel a sick person like you to tune in to a program with a title called How to Poison Halloween Candy. But you know what, bud? Luckily for you, I am a Christian, and I practice forgiveness. And so we're gonna give you a second chance, because everybody out there deserves a second chance when it comes to Halloween. But I'll tell you one thing, you better listen up real good to what old Officer Peppermint is telling you today. Because if you end up ruining Halloween, you wanna know what your costume is gonna be? This right here. And it's one size fits all. I'll tell you that. And this Halloween costume is the scariest Halloween costume of all, because this is the Halloween costume you can't take off. Once you're labeled a felon, it will follow you around for your entire life. The reputation that you will receive after intent to cause bodily harm to children charges have been levied against you. That reputation will follow you around everywhere you go, from job to job, from relationship to relationship. And if you think you're gonna be happy, I got news for you, bud. You're gonna be living a life that's crazier than a shithouse rat. I'll tell you that. And you will have to deal with the guilt and heartbreak knowing that you have let your local police department down. And as we have just demonstrated with our educational film, we have an epidemic here in America of sick individuals putting needles, razor blades, migraine medicine, fentanyl, Xanax, marijuana, Delta 8, and other assorted drugs in the children's candy during Halloween time. We can't allow this to go on. America has fallen too far, and it is time to turn the course around and start improving the status of this country. And I want to begin by appealing to you, the sick criminals out there. Stop what you're doing. Turn back now. Put down the drugs. Get a job. Go to work. Become a contributing member of society. And maybe one day you two can reach the heights and status of me, Officer Donald Peppermint. Well, I also am a teacher, a youth educator, and I know that 75% of what I've told you here today will be forgotten by tomorrow. It's a sad statistic, but it's true. Unless I can come up with some sort of mnemonic device that is a tool that you use to remember everything I've said here today. Luckily for you, I do have such a mnemonic device. It is a song in the genre that is popular with the kids today, hip hop. Officer Steven, will you please play the hip hop song? What kind of sick psychopath would try to ruin candy? It's a very special holiday where people are handing little tasty treats out to all the kids, and a nasty person comes along and pulls some crazy shiz. Keep your rat poison out of my Kit Kat bar, cause if I'm a kid, I wanna grow up to be a star, a lawyer, a doctor, or someone who drives trucks. It helps out the economy if I make big bucks, but my dreams will be crushed if I think it's just peanuts inside my Reese's Cups. But instead I'm getting cuts from the needle that you stuffed into the candy mush. Mom and dad will be mad when they find out what you've done. In my town, Halloween will stop being fun, and the police will come at you, shoot you with a gun. So if you're feeling tricky with your pills and your blades, I'll tell you what you should do on Halloween day. Go to the police or the insane asylum, take a psychiatric test and tell them to file it. While you're at it, they should lock you up and throw away the key, because you're trying to ruin Halloween. Don't do it. Don't poison the candy. Don't do it, or you will be sadly punished by the long arm of the law. Happy Halloween, everybody. Good night.